Hey folks, welcome to another VR video. Today I'm checking out something pretty cool, provided you still happen to have a phone that was compatible with Gear VR and you still have the Minecraft game loaded on that phone. The Minecraft Gear VR version is no longer available, but if you do own it, what I was able to do was actually transfer the APK from my Samsung S7, and I'm in it right now in my Quest 2. So right now it says press X on your controller to continue. Basically, these nice little touch controllers are currently emulating an Xbox gamepad. The first thing you're going to see when you join the server is this device is no longer supported. You've received the final build for this device. From this point, you can keep building in your own worlds, and your marketplace purchases, including mine coins, will continue to be available. However, you will no longer have access to multiplayer or realms from this device. You don't receive any more updates. You can't play with other devices that continue to receive updates. So this is really the last breath of the Gear VR version of Minecraft. Now, is there going to be a Quest version of Minecraft? It's hard to say. But I'm going to show you in a moment how well this actually works. So we'll hit continue here. You can't really buy anything from the marketplace. You can't really change your player profile. It defaults to Steve, even though my profile and everything was saved on my Gear VR. It's not on my Quest. So if I try to click on profile, the Oculus keyboard does not pop up. But outside of not having a keyboard, if I go to play, one of the cool things that I was able to do is pull up some old Minecraft PE or Portable Edition worlds that other people had created. So there's a whole bunch of them. We're going to start by jumping into this Resident Evil 3 Nemesis world, which I thought was really awesome. There's no real gameplay or anything, but it's pretty sweet. You get to actually like experience Raccoon City. So we're going to go to OK here, and it starts out on this kind of flat TV screen inside Minecraft. But if you just hold both grip buttons quickly, it says to tap the touchpad, but we don't have a touchpad on here. If I tap the side of the headset, it doesn't do anything. So both grip buttons put you into a more VR view here. Now you can do things like disable the GUI interface here. So we go into settings and go into video. You can hide your hand, you can hide the paper doll character, you can hide the HUD. So if we go back now, there's no HUD. So if you want it to be more immersive, it's great for that. But we actually need to hit switches and things of that nature, so I'm not going to leave that off on this particular game. It's very simple to just turn settings back on and off. So it teleported us here to the Raccoon Police Department. One of the first scenes you would see in Resident Evil 3. It's got the RPD logo here. It's pretty cool that, you know, somebody took the time to build out what's essentially the world of a game. What I'm wondering is if, do I have to click on the doors to open them? Yeah. But they work. Everything's pretty functional. We're inside the police station. And this is still Minecraft in VR. It is not exactly the same as the Minecraft Windows 10 edition that you can play on the Rift platform, and it is not exactly the same as Vivecraft. It's its own thing. With that boarded up door over here. I just found this to be pretty cool that we could go through all of these different areas. Is there a zombie down this hallway? It says under maintenance. Okay. So the ladies' room here is under maintenance. Go ahead and go inside though. You can see the bathroom. It's pretty silly. Can we open these doors? Probably. Yes, we can. Don't really want to go to the toilet, but You see how that works? That's pretty cool. And I'm just going to highlight a minute or so of each of these worlds. Now again, there are many locations within Raccoon City available. It's not just this one. Can we go through this door? I don't think so. Yes, we can. Cool. Welcome, Leon. Thank you. Again, Resident Evil 3 was not the game with Leon S. Kennedy. That was Resident Evil 2. Resident Evil 3 was Jill Valentine. But, you know, hallmarks of the era. It's pretty cool. So we can leave the Raccoon City Police Department. Now there are no enemies. There's no, like I said, there's not really any gameplay. But we can venture forth here into different scenes within the city. We've got the Raccoon City Food Market here. That's pretty cool. Doesn't look like a food market at all to me, but it's got the exterior of one. It's a movie theater over here. It's a coffee shop, okay. So pretty cool stuff. That looks like the character from King's Quest right there. I'm going to go in here even though it's really just a big empty spot. And we're going to exit out and check out another world. So going back into our worlds, this Cracked Cubes a couple of years ago created a bunch of Marvel-themed worlds. So we're going to jump into a couple of those. Again, just very briefly, these are just the types of things that you can still run without creating your own world within Minecraft on the Gear VR version within the Quest or Quest 2 device. Now this right here is 10,880 Malibu Point, which if you've watched the Marvel MCU films, might sound like a familiar address. This is the Stark Mansion, which is also featured in a very cool PlayStation VR game, Iron Man VR. That opening level in Iron Man VR is awesome, where you kind of learn the basics of how to fly as Iron Man around the Stark Mansion. So here's the helipad. This is where Tony would land his helicopter. You can see the mansion over there. We'll walk over that way. And these folks made some pretty expansive worlds. The next one we're going to jump into is titled Midtown Manhattan, and it is really like super detailed. Avengers Towers there, a bunch of other stuff are there. It's very cool. So this is the kitchen. You can tell because the word kitchen is there. It's like the Stark Mansion if no one lived in it. That's really what this is like. It's pretty cool. There's your study, the gym, the lift. Doesn't work right now, obviously. Oh yes, the home theater. This is where I need to be. Just chill and watch a movie in here. So obviously there's not a lot of edited textures or things of that nature in this particular world. It's built off of original Minecraft foundation. But, you know, we'll go downstairs. And further downstairs. Get into what I think is Tony's workshop here. Maybe the Iron Man suits would be on this wall over here. Wonder what happens if we push these buttons. Unfortunately, nothing. But yeah, this is the Stark Mansion as envisioned in the Gear VR version of Minecraft. Now we'll jump into another world. And we'll skip Midtown Manhattan for right now. This next one is National Geographic inspired. I really like the National Geographic Explore app on Quest. Definitely one I'd suggest checking out. But look at that, there's the National Geographic logo right here. And they have different things that you can purchase. What's this do? I'm not sure. So there's a hide and seek. You can find out about animals on the map. It tells you who. I shouldn't walk away. This was made by Townator24, Lifelong Cheese, and Hutchie Bros. And actually someone with a name similar to mine, Hartley E. Caddy, or Katie maybe. So cool. Nice to meet you in game here, folks. So the creators have a very cool world here. Obviously a little bit not to scale, but you've got elephants and rhinoceros, and a giraffe over there. All these different tents and things. Penguins on the ice. Ducks. Some flamingos over here. It's very cool. And then as we head over here, there's even like a pyramid once we get through the water. Of course, we can climb in and out of the water. Big snake over there. Couldn't tell what that was earlier. Got a walrus here. We can actually go pretty deep in the water here too in some spots, which is cool. Jungle over here. Very cool panda. So these guys and girls made a very neat little animal adventure. Again, their goal was to make it a hide and seek map where you would hide in those different areas and your friends would come to find you. But you can't play multiplayer anymore on this particular version of Minecraft, so you can, however, explore it for yourself. Let's go ahead and look at another world. We'll drop into a couple more of these. Now this is actually pretty cool. Again, unfortunately not available to play multiplayer any longer on the Gear VR version of Minecraft, but it still works on the Bedrock version, which is the version that you can play on Windows 10 and mobile devices. But this is actually Among Us as built for Minecraft, and you can pick up one of your little spacesuits of varying colors here. You can go to the different maps. So I've got the Skeld, Mira HQ, and Polis. That's the first three maps that were, I believe, in the original Among Us. Well, at least a more recent version of Among Us. There's a trash vent here. There's fuel over here. The instructions are right there. But what we're going to do is just drop ourselves into the Skeld map here. Hey, look, we're in the cafeteria where we can deliberate. This is kind of neat. So if you've played Among Us, you realize how these things work. You can flip those switches, go through the different sections of the ship. There's the ability to choose imposters and crewmates and things of that nature. So you can actually play kind of your own version of. There's the trapdoor to go down to do that task. Actually, I think no, that's a vent. That's a vent right there. So that's for the imposters to go through the vent. I'm not sure how you do tasks. Let's go see if we can find one on the map here. Ah, yes, there are tasks. Multiples of them. That's cool. So it seems to be like the navigation area. So again, they've modeled these maps after the maps in the actual Among Us game. There are obviously better ways to play Among Us in VR, and probably even in Minecraft. But the fact that this is something that you can explore and go through, still on the old Gear VR version of the game. I'm just impressed with the fact that all this stuff is still available for what's essentially a dead platform, unfortunately. Let's go ahead and drop out of here. I'm already lost, in case you were wondering. Ah, yes. It's time to call for an emergency. I think that Eric is sus. So let's drop out. Let's check out a couple more worlds. So the rest of these, outside of the Midtown Manhattan, which we'll go to probably last, are Disney parks. So we've got Tokyo Disneyland Resort, this park that's just called Disney Park, which is modeled a lot like Disneyland Paris, but has some pretty creative stuff. And Walt Disney World 2021, which is actually the whole Walt Disney World Resort rolled into one. But we'll start with Disney Park, which I thought was a really cool and creative map. This one, the creator has kind of three different things built into the map. So it says to make sure you read the signs first. There's a more info kiosk. This tells you all the different rules and things of that nature. This was made by Emil or Emily Carr. I think it's Emil Carr. And there's a bunch of stuff here. So it's not just this Disneyland Paris recreation. When we walk in, you're going to see there's a ton of stuff here. And I just, again, admire the creative vision of these folks. So there's pixel arts down this way. So similar to what we saw in the National Geographic program and some of the stuff that my awesome friend Paradise Decay has created in Minecraft. As we go down here, this Emil person or Emily has created giant characters. Like, I believe that's Peter Pan. That's the guy from Up. You've got Belle, Cinderella, Aladdin. Just these awesome characters. It's the girl from the bow and arrow movie Brave. I never watched, so I don't know her name, unfortunately. You got Donald Duck. I think that's Rapunzel because she's got long hair. Got Ariel. This is Stitch from Lilo and Stitch. You've got the fox from Fox and the Hound. You've got Elsa from Frozen. Mickey, and then just a big D Disney logo. So just these pixel arts alone made this world very cool. But once we walk back over, there's two other giant sections that lead to even cooler stuff than these pixel arts. But I like this just kind of back alley, essentially, of the world, that you can see these really creative sculptures. I am in no way creative, whether it be in Minecraft or elsewhere. I don't aspire to be a world builder or a specific artist. Um, but seeing this kind of stuff just really impresses me. And I'm sure there's a faster way to run on the map. I just don't remember how to do it. So over here is Duckburg, which Duckburg was, of course, the home of Scrooge McDuck and Donald Duck and the nephews back in the day on DuckTales. It says it's a canceled project, but if you really want to visit it, you can feel free to explore. They recommend going to the park itself. We've got a really cool Aladdin painting over here. And Duckburg's updates will be small. They are all from 2017 for those signs. But you can actually go in and explore a bit of Duckburg. We'll walk through just down this street and then back. But as you can see, it's pretty much the same houses over and over until we get over here to these signposts. This will look familiar. Scrooge's giant vault. So we'll head back out of Duckburg. But I thought even just this not really functional city was very cool. Again, I really applaud the creative folks that make these different worlds that I now get to experience in virtual reality. I was never into Minecraft actually until the pandemic hit. So now we're going actually into the Disney park. Now in this Disney park, this is again modeled after Disneyland Paris. It's not an exact replica or anything of that nature, but it's close enough that you do definitely get the Disney feel, and there are rideable rides in multiple parts of the park. I believe once we get past this kind of little Main Street style area, I've never been to Disneyland Paris, so I don't know what the street is actually called, but we'll approach the castle over here. I want to take a look at the castle, and then we'll go into probably Tomorrowland. Now there is a teleportation room that will let you kind of warp to different areas. But they have their own castle. It's not exactly like any of the castles, but we're in the magical Disneyland Park castle. You've got some AT-ATs here. You've got Ratatouille here. A bunch of different Disney art. And then, of course, after you go through the castle, you've got Fantasyland. Got a carousel here that is not functioning. There's all different parts to this world, of course. That's the Disney Park Plaza over there. What's over here? Ah, yes, Discoveryland. This is where we want to head. Because in Discoveryland, you've got Space Mountain, Buzz Lightyear, Laser Blast, and then Indiana Jones is over there. It's almost like a roller coaster for Indiana Jones as well. But this version of Space Mountain is Space Mountain Mission 2. The ride has been updated from the original Space Mountain from the Earth to the Moon ride. You can actually kind of go through this queue, and then you can jump into the cart, and we can take a trip through the cannon here. I don't know if you've watched my From the Earth to the Moon experience, but this is very similar. It prepares you to launch, and you kind of go outside for a moment, and then it shoots you off and into the stars here. Of course, there's asteroids and all kinds of other things. This version of the ride replaced the original Jules Verne-inspired version. Unfortunately, took out a lot of the classic charm of that one. But I love what they've done putting this together again. Oh, we collided, it looks like, with a asteroid there. We somehow ended up getting out of it. Maybe that was the moon. Maybe we landed and then took off again. Not really sure what happened there. And that's that. So you can ride rides here. It's very well done. And there's other rides and other things you can do, of course, throughout the park. But it's not super authentic and super detailed. Like right here, we can go to the Buzz Lightyear Cafe and shop. There is also a Buzz Lightyear ride that you can ride, and a bunch of other stuff. But I really like the fact that they kind of made a small version. Like there's a guitar over here. This is supposed to be the Rock and Roller Coaster, if I remember correctly. Yeah, the Rock and Roller Coaster, which is an Aerosmith-inspired ride. So there's a bunch of stuff here. It's very, very well done. And I'm super big into going to these Minecraft and No Limits parks, like different parks that are simulated, that I can still experience the thrill of going to an amusement park from my home. And this one is done really well for what it is. I mean, this is being built essentially in the regular, very old version of Minecraft, without Java, without a whole bunch of bells and whistles. And it's still a pretty awesome and pretty fun experience. So we're going to go ahead and go back out of Discoveryland here. And I think we'll exit out again and check out another of these worlds. So yeah, we're going to go to Tokyo Disney Resort next. Again, shout out to all of the creators of these different places that you can experience still today. It's dark here. It's a lot more lived in than the other parks we've been to and other places we've been to. Now again, another place I've never been. I've never really left North America, but I've never been to Tokyo Disneyland for sure. So I don't know if this is actually Main Street, USA, or if it's somewhere else. We're just going to walk up and see if we can find the castle. I think we've actually gone in the wrong direction here. Maybe there is no castle. It's hard to say. This park's a bit creepy, actually, with all the different mobs and things of that nature. Creepers and spiders and things of that nature. Yeah, I don't know how to get to the actual Disneyland part. But credits to Yazi Z and I'm a Pirate 101 for this one. It's going to be daylight soon. I could explore a little bit more, but I want to get to a couple more worlds. So quit this one. And next we'll check out that Midtown Manhattan. Again in the Marvel universe, which is pretty sweet. And this was, again, by the Crack Cubes team. I'm going to head out into Manhattan here. We're just going to walk around a bit. I love the fact that they built like an actual giant city. It feels like you're going through a city. There's even traffic lights here. It's pretty awesome. I don't know where anything is that is interesting that's been spawned, but like if we turn around, you can see all the different giant buildings and things of that nature as we go. This one's a little bit more barren than I expected after the Stark Mansion. I thought this would be a bit more impressive. It might be, I just might be in the wrong section of the map. It looks like I'm in like a weird position here. More buildings over here. And of course you can create your own adventures as well. You can build and destroy and everything that you can normally do in Minecraft. Just no multiplayer, no realms. But resource packs, as you could see in that previous world in the Disney park, resource packs work. You can add things and remove things. The one thing I can say is audio files. Some of the worlds I tried to download and load have Ogg Vorbis files, and those would not work. But otherwise, I can roam around a city. This one's loading a little bit strangely, so I don't know that I'd recommend this particular experience. But some of them are pretty awesome. I think we'll drop out of this one and we will check out the Walt Disney World 2021 experience. I don't know what's different between 2021 and 2020 or 2019 because I have not experienced Walt Disney World in a very long time. But let's see where it drops us here. I'm not sure where we are actually as I look around. I think this might be maybe the transportation center. Ah, we're in Epcot. It's like, that's cool. So I wonder if we can find any landmarks here in Epcot. Also wonder why they dropped this straight into Epcot. Oh, this looks like one of the pavilions. Epcot had a bunch of pavilions in Future World. I think we're in Future World. This doesn't look like it's the World Showcase, but very colorful. It's going to be dark very soon. One thing I noticed is there's not a lot of lights in these parks, so once it gets dark, it gets really dark. There's a zombie over there. I guess the little creepers and things of that nature actually, oops, can't attack you. I have it set, I guess, to adventure mode and not friendly on this map. Let's head this way a little bit and see what happens. Yeah, this one's not as impressive either. It's expansive. I believe I read that this was the entire Walt Disney World Resort, so there's the lagoon over here. Yeah, so now we're heading into the World Showcase. This looks very familiar. This is cool. Except I keep getting attacked, but that's alright. And again, that's where you would go to get a boat to go across to the other side. This is actually pretty accurate, at least based on how I remember Epcot for the World Showcase. Obviously, you know, you're not going to get attacked by spiders or other items. But this is very cool to walk through the World Showcase. Yeah, this is the Mexico side. This is awesome. It's very cool to be able to just casually stroll. I would definitely turn off the other characters here. Just make it a friendly experience, but this is very cool. I wonder if I know there's a Frozen ride now. I wonder if that exists. Let's see. No, this still has Maelstrom, which is the old version of the ride. So this is not the 2021 park, but I am curious if the ride's here, so we're going to go ahead and keep going through. So much for it being Walt Disney World 2021. There's no 2021 if... Let's see. So there is a ride track here. But I don't think I have a minecart that I can put on the ride track. So, I'll just hop out. I guess we could walk up into the maelstrom a little bit here. And I think we're stuck. I'm not that up on how to make things run, unfortunately. I'm not a builder, per se. I don't know how to build if I don't have it already in my inventory, unfortunately. But this has been a pretty cool adventure through some of what's still available in the currently dead platform, unfortunately, of Minecraft Gear VR Edition. You can certainly create a new world. You can't use any of these featured marketplace templates or Realms Plus templates, unfortunately. You can create a world however you want to. I'm going to go ahead and turn on a creative world here. Just hit create and see what happens. Just so you can see that for itself as well. So now we're just in a newly generated Minecraft world. Break the blocks just like you normally do. You can build and carve and make a path for yourself. It all works pretty darn well. I'm actually really surprised at how well this runs on the Quest platform. I'm hoping that someday they will port over Minecraft to the Quest and Quest 2. It would print money, I would say that for sure. Some cows over here. But I'm not sure if it's something Microsoft wants to do. I hope you've enjoyed this video. It's kind of a off week for me. I'm not feeling all that well and kind of busy with work. So I wanted to just make kind of a chill video for this Monday. I will be back with more content later in the week. Until next time, get out there and explore worlds for yourself in virtual reality. And thanks for watching. Bye-bye now. Swimming with the fishies.